Hello and welcome back to this week's Chrono Trigger Jets of Time async race between OneFreeFitz, Phone, and smercjd. Today's flags are Lost Worlds with Boss Rando with no boss spot HP. Boss Sidescope is on as well. In Lost Worlds, the run will begin with a shop menu. This will be our runner's opportunity to get some necessary items for their run. As with the regular flag set, we start with 2 random characters. Eagle-eyed viewers will see that the tracker for today is very small. In Lost Worlds, there are only 5 key item checks. This is because access to 600 AD and 1000 AD is locked off. As a result, any checks that involve those areas are also locked off. This includes character checks, so the character pool will consist of only 4 characters. There is 1 recruit in Protodome and 1 recruit in Dactyl Nest. For key item checks, we have Reptide Lair in Prehistory, Mount Woe in Antiquity, and Eris Dome, Sun Palace, and Geno Dome in Future. For key items, we have Sea Trigger and Clone for Black Omen Go mode, Ruby Knife and Dreamstone for Tyranno Lair Go mode, and Pendant. In Lost Worlds, the pendant should be charged automatically, granting access to sealed doors and chests. The challenge in this mode is finding a way to make the best of your limitations, with less items, shops, chests, and characters available. With Go mode easily available, it is a fast flag set. And we see Smirk and Phone recruiting Maul in Protodome. While it is generally a good idea to loot the random chests throughout the world in this mode, Fitz has gone for the mock chest, which is a trap. We see Phone nearly fall for the mob trap as well, but he quickly backs out. Smirk goes for the Prehistory Rock while Phone loots the sewers. Fitz is going to be recruiting Maul now. Smirk's Prehistory Rock is a Silver Rock plus with the speed. It's not a tech we will be able to use this run, but Robo can at least get the speed bonus. Smirk checks the trading hut for a good pickup. At this early stage of the run, the right piece of gear can make all the difference. Let's see if he sees anything he wants. Fitz looks at his techs and they're looking quite good. Magus has most of his strong offensive techs and Maul has Ice too, with haste coming soon. Robo meanwhile has good healing abilities. Phone picks up a Crisis bow for Maul with 6 magic. Smirk heads to the last character check now. Phone has found a Swallow and a good helmet in lap 16 as well. Fitz looks to be headed to our first key item check at Eris Dome. Phone gets his Robo Speed Rock. Fitz will be finding the Aristone boss in a second, and Smirk will be seeing the top of Dactyl character. And Fitz finds a Retinite in Aristone. He has the water magic to deal with the defenses, but his offensive capabilities here are lacking a bit. He may not want to commit the time to tickle it to death. And Phone also heads up Dactyl Nest. And we find a Lucar on Dactyl Nest. Interestingly, this makes both Mager's triple techs available, assuming the blue and black rocks are obtainable. Fitz resets out of Retinite. Smirk heads to Reptite Lair. Phone gets his loot car and Fitz is getting his Robo Rock. At this point in the run, we know Erla, Chrono, and Frog are unobtainable. Let's see how our runners build their parties and routes around this knowledge. In an interesting move, Smirk drops Magus for now. Phone looks to be headed to the forest maze for some extra looting. Phone likes to prioritize power in his early routing to make the rest of the run go smoothly, so let's see if this pays off today. Fitz heads to Dactyl Nest. Phone looks to have dropped Lucar from his party for now. Fitz gets his loot car, Phone checks Trading Hut, and Smirk begins the Reptite Lair boss. We have a Terra Mutant in Reptite. Magus would have been perfect for this, but Smirk can probably manage anyway. Fitz also heads to Reptite as Smirk works on his Terra Mutant. Phone is still searching for power and finds a really good Kaiser arm for Robo in a shop. Looks like he's gonna sell the unnecessary stuff he looted earlier to pay for it. His Robo will be very strong now. Fitz fishes for a secret tunnel dig. Phone picks up a wall ring at the next shop just in case. Smirk still chips away at his terror mutant. Fitz gets his secret tunnel. Let's see if it was worth it. Smirk seems to be in a bit of trouble here. Fitz picks up his first secret chest, and it's another swallow. Phone seems to have picked up a metal detector, and is headed to the beach to find some random junk. Smirk resets out of his boss, and may swap Magus in to make it more doable. Phone goes for the aggressive Geno Dome play. At this point in the game, he's not quite strong enough to make this an easy check, and it's one of the longer checks already, but it has good loot and experience. Smirk runs it back with the same party, but perhaps a different approach. Phone thankfully can at least one-hit the debuggers with Dark Mist. Fitz finds a full ether in the second secret chest. Bit of a bummer, but can make a big difference in a tough boss. Phone can't defeat these enemies in an efficient manner, so Marl goes down and he takes some incoming fire. He'll lose out on some EXP and time here, but with Retinite and Terra Mutant in the lower level checks, this might be an acceptable loss. Smirk is still feeling the heat from Terra Mutant. Fitz will be starting this boss shortly. Phone meanwhile is near the end of the conveyor. Notably, Fitz has Magus in his party, so will have strong magic damage output on a high-speed character. This may make all the difference. Smirk has gotten through Terra Mutant and receives a pendant. And Fitz is right behind him. Phone is setting up the conveyor skip. And the pendant was not charged. This is an oopsie that's got to sting a bit for our reptite lair checkers. Fitz takes a short pause to get his tracker online. Smirk heads for Woe, the other long and difficult check with good rewards. No, I lied. He's going up to Zeal to pick up some things and charge his pendant. Normally in Last Worlds the pendant is automatically charged, but something went wrong here. Fitz does the Sun Palace check, a hard boss in a high stat spot. Phone finds a swallow in his genodome, and Smirk makes some high-level shopping decisions. Smirk equips the Doom Shot on Luca, which also has 1 speed on it. That's a nice gun. Phone begins the conveyor skip attempt. I'm told that it's a very difficult skip that requires tight execution, with only a few frames of leeway, but with the potential to save a minute or two off an already long check, and it's good. Now for the actually difficult part, getting the robot to follow. Phone finds a Taban suit, which would pair nicely with that Doom Shot for a total of 4 extra speed on Luca. In a run like this, with 75% of the characters having low speed and very few tabs to be found, this makes Luca very attractive. Smirk makes the long climb to charge his pendant. Phone makes the decision to drop Marl for Luca, with the 2 bonus speed on Robo. This is the fastest party we can achieve at this point in time. Fitz continues fighting Mother Brain, and Smirk will likely check the sealed doors now. Let's see what we get. The first door is not the greatest, but good consumables are always useful. Fitz has gotten through Mother Brain. Let's see what it gets him. It's a Dreamstone, putting Fitz 1 ruby knife away from Tyranno Largo mode. He is the first to find a Go Mode item, and he has 2 key items to Smirk's 1 and Phone's 0. Smirk finds a good Magus and Robo weapon in his second sealed door. Smirk heads to Eris Dome for a third sealed door and another key item. Smirk finds Retinite and Fitz is ready for the rematch. Phone is near the end of Chrono Dome, at long last. Smirk makes it through Retinite. Let's see what we get from it. Phone meanwhile begins his first boss of the run, and it's a slash of some kind. It's regular slash, also known as the harder one. He is stronger in every possible way, with status immunity, magic resistance, and more. Smirk finds some good gear and tabs here, with a dash ring and a speed tab along with a good helmet. Phone gets through slash as Fitz is finishing a Retinite. And Ruby Knife is in Chrono Dome. If Phone does Sun Palace or Fitz does Chrono Dome, they will be into Rando Go mode. Using deduction, we can determine that Clone and C Trigger will be from Eris Dome and Mount Woe. This means that the next check Fitz does after Eris Dome will put him in Go mode. Phone heads to Mount Woe. He doesn't know this, but it will not have the Dreamstone he wants. C trigger is in Eris Dome, so Clo must be on Woe. If Smirk goes Woe, he will be in Go mode. At this point in the run, the runners are about in the same position. The lead will be determined by where they go next. Smirk chooses Sun Palace, which will contribute to the Tyranno Go mode progress. After this, he will need to do either Woe or Geno Dome. Either one will lead to Go mode. Foam will be in Go mode after Woe if he goes to either Aris Dome or Sun Palace. And Fitz heads to Mount Woe. It looks like Fitz and Phone are leading the pack for now. Let's pop on over to Fitz audio for a bit. After a long mother brain fight, Smirk takes a wipe and has to reset. Phone is near the top of the mountain now. And we have a Nizbul at the top of Woe. With the magic damage we have available to us, this isn't a bad boss. Smirk fights Mother Brain again, and Phone takes down Nizbul too. As a reminder, if he does any check other than Reptite Lair, he will be in Go mode. Fitz will be in Go mode for Black Omen after finishing Woe, while Smirk will need to do either Wall or Geno Dome after this Sun Palace. Phone and Smirk high-five each other at Mother Brain. This will put Phone into Rano Go mode, and at this point, if Mother Brain doesn't prove to be an issue, he looks to be slightly ahead of Fitz. Phone is an oopsie and all the monitors go down. He'll need to end this fight immediately to avoid a wipe. Ouch. One more of those and Phone will be history. And Mother Brain goes down for Phone. Go mode has been acquired for Tirano Lair. Let's pop the audio on over to Phone now. Smirk heads to Geno Dome, so he will be going through to Rando there as well, about 10 minutes behind Phone. Fitz however will be doing Black Omen, so depending on what bosses we find in the end game, he may be able to pull ahead. Phone hits the griddy, getting to the first boss of Chrono lair about as fast as possible, and it's Nisbal to again. That's weird. You don't normally see the same boss twice in boss Rando. Fitz is beginning his woe boss now. Phone takes down his Nisbal too as Fitz works on his. Smirk is nearing the end of the conveyor gauntlet. Phone begins the Black Chrono boss now. At this point, he has a comfortable, but not insurmountable lead. Any wipes or extra grinding can cost him here. Azala goes down for foe, and we are onto the second phase of the Chrono fight. Phone makes it through to Rando with a single tech spam strategy. With Dark Matter, a Z-Punch and Flare, this is probably about the best option available this run. Fitz begins his go mode run now. Fitz begins his Death Peak climb and Phone does his final shopping and Ocean Palace preparation. Smirk is set up for the conveyor. Let's see if he goes for the skip. Smirk goes for the skip and Phone heads to the hidden rock. Smirk enters the conveyor too low and misses the skip. Let's see if he goes again. Phone gets a gold rock plus. Gold rock is barrier. Let's just avoid that. Smirk reloads and shoots his shot again. Another low point on the conveyor. It is good to enter at the highest possible point to minimize time spent on the conveyor and save precious frames on this tight skip. Smirk, filled with determination, goes for a third attempt. He hits a higher point on the conveyor this time. And it's good. Phone must have seen something nice as he is selling his unused gear. Phone scoops up the Doom shot for more Lucas speed. Smirk begins the robot boss. Fitz is a few screens away from the top of Death Peak, and Phone is ready to head to Ocean Palace. At this point in the run, Phone has Mar benched, Fitz has Robo benched, and Smirk has Magus benched. All three players are running a different team comp, but Lucas is a constant. Fitz finds Marsa and Mune on Death Peak. Not overly threatening, but with no Chrono it can hurt if not dispatched quickly. Phone is approaching the throne room now. Phone finds Hecarim in the throne room.
Phone breezes through Hecarim. Smirk is making the final approach for the Geno Dome boss, and Fitz should be nearly done with his boss.
And Fitz finishes the boss. Phone is moving on to Ocean Palace now as Fitz plays the Death Peak and Omen cutscene. Phone's party is at level 29, which is possibly strong enough to not have to grind here. This will put him in a very favourable position to finish out the run. There is no Frog or Isla, so the elevator fight will have to be dealt with a different way. Fitz has summoned the ominous Star Destroyer. Phone has Magus in the first position, so we will likely see Black Hole used often on the elevator. Smirk will be fighting Slash for his Go mode shortly. Fitz enters the future Black Omen as Smirk faces down Slash. Phone will continue the charge into the depths of the Ocean Palace. Smirk down slash and will be starting his Tyranno go mode shortly. Fitz takes some optional fights in the Black Omen. He may be looking to get his party a few extra levels for comfort, or he may be fishing for good drops. Phone is almost to the elevator now. And Smirk has entered the Tyranno lair about 16 minutes behind Phone. Let's see if he can make up some time here. Phone makes quick work of this fight with Black Hole. Fitz continues taking extra fights along the way. And Phone begins the elevator proper. Fitz works his way through the Black Omen. Fitz hits a good skip on this first boss orb, and slams into the second. Good skip for Smirk. Smirk appears to be looting the Tyranno trap room. Phone hits 3 scoters with Black Hole and will need to single target the rest down. Excellent skip for Fitz there. Smirk misses the skip here and will run into some big boys. Phone hits the 1 in a million chance of Sleep actually hitting someone here, and is experiencing a minor setback. Smirk takes an unconventional route through the balcony, but it works. Another excellent performance by Smirk, hitting a tricky skip at the door there. He begins his Nisbel 2 fight as Phone finishes the elevator, and Fitz begins his first elevator. Phone gets the first scout skip. Second scout skip is good. Phone finds the twin boss, and oh my gato, it's Dalton. Let's see how he weasels his way out of this one. Smirk has crushed Nizbal too, and will proceed to Black Rando now. Phone Berry is up. He's just gonna blast through them. Fitz has made it out of the elevator and is holding the sprint button as hard as he can through these next few rooms. And another swallow. What is it with these last few seeds and swallows? Fitz makes it to his last shop. Smirk has forgotten to open the gate here and has pulled the dinosaurs as well. Phone spams the calculated macro and dumps damage into the Dalton twins, despite being on the brink of death. Smirk will begin his Chrono fight now. And Phone begins Lavos. Smirk is in phase 2 of the Tyranno and Fitz is a few rooms away from his first Black Omen boss. Phone is by any measurable metric in the lead at this point, but Lavos can often be the great equalizer. With limited team comp options, we don't really know how this will play out. Smirk makes it through the Rando and will be doing his final shopping before entering the Ocean Palace. Phone throws a quick heal out before obstacle goes off. Let's hope it's nothing crazy. And it's a slow, nothing crazy. This will make Lavas quite manageable for our runners. Phone breaks through the shell. Fitz is one room away from his boss now, and Smirk is headed up to Zero. None of the runners have changed their party composition for a long time. They're all pretty locked in. Foam will begin the second Lavas fight and Smirk will do his final shopping. Fitz begins his first Omen boss now. And it's another Nizbul. With this magic damage oriented party, you love to see it. Phone continues his strategy of just spamming the highest damage single attacks he has. It hasn't failed yet. Smirk heads to the palace now. Smirk begins his Hecarim fight in the throne room, and Phone has destroyed the arms. Obstacle goes out now, but it won't matter. Phone immediately heals with the slow and will begin dumping damage shortly. Smirk makes it through Hecarim. Fitz continues to dump damage into Nizbul and should be done soon. Fitz has gotten through Nisbal too, and his final gauntlet will begin now. He is just an elevator, a few mandatory encounters, and 2 bosses away from his final boss. Phone meanwhile has gotten through his lavas too, and will be onto the final phase in just a moment. He'll want to get the menu glitch to heal his party, and cross his fingers that Lavas doesn't decide to give him a hard time. Phone hits the menu glitch and immediately burns a Mega Elixir to get to the fight faster. He swaps Magus to the 3rd position so he can use Black Hole on the right bit. Fitz is through the elevator, already making the final approach. Smirk chooses to do a little grinding. Fitz misses the bat skin and has to deal with goons. Phone is blasting damage into the middle bit to get it down before it starts going crazy. Phone uses Flame Toss to finish the middle bit off, saving MP and preventing a counterattack from triggering from the left bit taking damage after the middle bit dies. Phone does a little recovery action, setting the stage for the final 20,000 damage burn he must do on the right bit. The defenses go down and it's showtime. We don't have a lot of good single target here, but between Black Hole and Fire Tackle, we probably have enough. Fire Tackle hits for just shy of 3,100 damage. Black Hole meanwhile is in the 1400s. At this rate, it will take about 5 full turns to finish this fight. We will see the middle bit revive before the core is taken down, but hopefully, it won't matter. Smirk seems to be done grinding and heads for the bottom now. Fitz will be fighting his next Omen boss after this encounter and a quick save. Phone at this point has done almost half of the core's hit points. If nothing goes horribly wrong when the middle bit comes back, he should be able to push it over. The middle bit comes up. Luckily for Phone, all this means is that he can go back to using his strongest magic damage while the core is still vulnerable, so he will be able to drop its hit points in less turns. Fitz finds a Yakra 13 in the Terra Mutant spot. This boss is normally only a mild nuisance, but if the fight goes on for longer than a few turns, it can put out some very impressive damage. With this caster team, the physical resistance will be quite low. Smirk has made it to the final encounter before the elevator. Phone continues to dump damage into the boss in hopes that it falls over before things spiral out of control. The middle bit goes down, but the core is still standing. This will spell the end of Luca. Magus also has a dark mist lined up, So if the fight does not end here, Robo will be the only party member standing. Smirk makes it to the elevator, and it looks like Phone has finished of the core. With a time of 1 hour 14 minutes and 30 seconds, Phone has won this race. At this point in the run, Fitz looks to be slightly ahead of Smirk, but anything can happen here. Let's pop on over to Fitz's stream and listen in. Magus and Marl are in trouble for Fitz. If he finishes the bus here, only Luca will get experience. And Magus and Marl go down. Fitz may be in trouble here. With no fear, Fitz continues to pummel the boss. He will need to end it here to have any hope. And the weak physical resistance gets the better of him. This could be the opportunity Smirk needs. Smirk seems to be taking a screen-wide nuke approach to the final Scota fight. Let's see how that's going. Oh no. And Smirk is through the elevator. No scout skips for Smirk today. Fitz has played it a little safer and makes it through Yakra 13. Onto the next boss we go. Both runners will be on their last boss before the end boss now. Smirk is on his Dalton twins now. Let's see how he handles it. Fitz finds a Mega Mutant, so that's pretty nice. Aside from being annoying, this should go down pretty fast. Fitz gets past Mega Mutant. Smirk is almost done with Dalton Plus, but Marl goes down to Fireballs. And both runners have made it to their end bosses. Lavos usually takes a bit longer, so for now Fitz appears to be ahead. Fitz begins the Zeal fight. This boss only has 5,000 horsepower and is not a threat. Lavos meanwhile has 12,000. A bit of a mismatch here. Zeal 1 goes down for Fitz. Mammon Machine is up next. Smirk is working through Lavos 1 now. Fitz hits the menu glitch, giving him some breathing room. Mammon Machine has 10,000 hit points, which is also significantly less than the Lavos 2 fight. Obstacle goes out for Smirk as Fitz begins the Mammon Machine. Both runners throw haste out. Fitz seems to be taking the cautious approach to Mammon Machine. With this party, the magic damage will pump up the Mammon Machine's attack power. If Fitz cannot finish the fight before it attacks, the party will likely get one hit by the buff attack. This strategy is slower but likely safer. A weak screen-wide attack from the Mammon Machine, and Fitz is ready to blast off. Smirk may be in some trouble here, with a low HP party being blasted. In many cases, taking too long to set up buffs on your party can result in a harder and longer boss fight. If it's something that will go down in a few rounds, it is often best to just knock it over before the boss attacks start adding up. Getting caught in a healing loop can really prolong things. Smirk looks to be just going for the finish at this point. The end bosses give no experience or tech points, so this is a perfectly fine strategy. Fitz makes it through Mammon Machine, putting him on the final boss of his run. At this point, it's hard to imagine Smirk making up the difference, unless Fitz wipes here. Smirk makes it through the shell. Fitz starts his final boss. He will need to do 20,000 damage to the face. At 10,000 hit points, the boss will do a halation, reducing the party's HP to 1 and nullifying barriers. This will also reset the boss script, so if he makes it to this point without any major mishaps, he should have this. Fitz starts the fight off with some healing and buffs. This can end up biting him later if Seal gets Dark Gear and Hexagon Mist off. Both of these abilities do heavy party-wide damage. If you look at Smirk's screen right now, you will be treated to the classic nipple laser attack. Left arm goes down for Smirk. And the Dark Gear goes out for Fitz. Thankfully, his party has the best magic defense in the game, so it probably won't be that bad. Hexagon Mist, however, may be a bit scarier. Second arm goes down for Smirk, and the obstacle will be doing out. Fitz throws out more haste, hoping to finish this fight strong in the second half. Halation goes out for Fitz, marking the beginning of the second half of this fight. The Mega goes out for Fitz. He should be safe from here. Magus gets his MP burned. No big loss there. Lavos 2 goes down for Smirk. Fitz looks to have this wrapped up, but a bad Dark Gear could ruin him here. And Zeal goes down for Fitz, finishing with a time of 1 hour 34 minutes and 2 seconds for second place. Let's pop the audio on over to smercjd as he finishes up the race. Smirk hits the menu glitch. If nothing goes wrong, he should be wrapping up in a few minutes. Luca is on the brink of death here. The middle bit goes down before Grandstone goes out. That could have ended this attempt, so Smerk is probably feeling good now. The core is vulnerable, and we will begin the dumping process now. Smerk makes excellent use of his haste as he continues to tackle the core. The middle bit comes back up. Smerk should be nearly done with this fight, but he may play it safe and go for the middle bit again. Like Phone before him, Smerk uses the middle bit coming back up as a means to use his more powerful screen-wide attacks on the core. And the middle bit goes down. Just as we saw with Phone, a counter goes out, but it may be too little too late for Lavas at this point. Smerk throws the revive out just to be safe. This fight should be over shortly. Smerk punches the left bit, but does not finish it off. And another screen-wide attack goes out. Surely this one will do it. It does in fact do it. With a time of 1 hour 39 minutes and 33 seconds, Smerk finishes the race for third place. As always, thanks to everyone. We run live races every Sunday and async races on a weekly basis. These events are open to all, so come play with us. Thanks for watching and good night. Why are you still here?